From the Chicken Cannon News Center, this is Chicken Cannon News.
Greetings, civilians. I'm Colonel Stacy. Some of my close friends call me Teresa. Even after President Bush's State of the Union address, France, Germany, China, and Russia have said they will not join the war against Iraq. Luckily for President Bush, he did get the support of Exxon, Mobil, and Shell. In a surprise development today, UN weapons inspectors found a connection between Iraq's alleged weapons of mass destruction and George W. Bush. Both have empty warheads. Prime Minister Chrétien is proceeding with guidelines that would severely limit corporate contributions to MPs. He's calling the legislation the "I'm going to get back at that vulture Paul Martin if it's the last thing I do" bill. In news publishers making news, the Toronto Star is being sued by that city's police force for $2.7 billion after it suggested police practiced racial profiling. Headlines in the Globe and Mail said, Toronto Star hit with huge lawsuit. The Toronto Sun said, cops sue Star for billions. And the Star's headline, cold snap continues. Filmmaker David Cronenberg has been appointed to the Order of Canada. We have his reaction. Coming up later, Russian President Putin and Dobby the Harry Potter elf separated at birth. The granddaughter of the Greek shipping magnate Aristotle Onassis has inherited almost $1 billion. This is the most money inherited by a young woman from a dead old guy since Anna Nicole Smith. An anonymous person spent over $100,000 for a collection of Elvis Presley's hair. Although the new owner remains secret, CBC News watchers may draw their own conclusions. The National Geographic is coming out with a swimsuit edition. Those who have seen the issue feel the most talked about pictorial will be the beach shot of an African beauty. Ooh, works for me. It's time now to salute our Chicken Cannon Newsmaker of the Week. To choose a fair and impartial target, we of course use the Wheel of Chicken. And our target this week is... The tension is building. Well, how about that? It's BC Premier Gordon Campbell, the man who drinks to take his mind off the dangers of driving. And here to help load the cannon, direct from Possum Lodge, Harold.
Thank you. Hi, Colonel Teresa. It's a real pleasure to be here. This is part of my community service. You know, I get to load the cannon. I shoot stuff in the cannon because when the cannon shoots out, I go blah, all over the place. Blah, all over the place. I'm just going to go load the cannon now.
Our ammunition, Hawaiian pineapple, which blows chunks. Crushed coconut. A Hawaiian lei, because Gordon Campbell may be saying aloha to his career. A souvenir t-shirt. Ripped, of course. Some ground coffee to sober him up. An extra large jumbo Mai Tai. Let's not forget the tiny little umbrella. And when ready,
I shot it and they're all wet, just like I was, but it was early, but I'm going to stand over here.
Thanks to David Corrin from Vancouver, who was one of many who suggested our target. David, you'll receive a copy of the latest Air Farce video, Another Year of the Farce. Soon to be a DVD, The Chicken Cannon, Canada's weapon of messy destruction.
It's RSP time again, and you have to decide how best to invest your money before it becomes worthless. You have several options. Number one, you can give it to the effing guy on TV. He seems to know all about financial matters. That's why he surrounds himself with the color orange. Orange equals money, my ass. And isn't his accent a little too Colonel Clinkish? Option number two, government bonds are as secure as the government that issues them. If that isn't reason to be afraid, I don't know what is. Or you can do what I do. Put your money into crummy mutual funds. Crummy funds are managed by Elgin Crummy. Elgin can't wait to get his crummy little hands on your money. There are no expensive loading fees because Crummy Mutual Funds doesn't waste money on frivolous things like accountants, money managers, or calculators. In these uncertain financial times, you never know how much money will be there when you retire, so you may as well try Crummy Mutual Funds. Invest now and assure your financial future is a crummy one.
Don Newman here, and blah, 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 blah. Kevin Newman, eat my shorts. Well, the new Democratic Party has a new leader. It's Toronto City Councillor Jack Layton. The question on everyone's mind, how the hell did he win? Well, anyway, he joins me now from NDP headquarters on the 7th and a half floor of an Ottawa office building.
I'm number one. I'm number one. Oh. Hold on.
Well, Jack Layton, I can't help but notice the ceiling there. What's going on?
Oh, well, the rent here is considerably less. So this floor has been adopted by businesses which, for one reason or another, have been forced to cut corners. When they said the overhead was low, they weren't kidding.
Jack Layton, were you surprised to win by a landslide on the first ballot?
Well, Don, the delegates had a choice between someone with years of experience, unlimited leadership potential, and excellent people skills, or me.
After being in Toronto City Council, critics say you are not ready for the challenge of federal politics.
I'm ready for anything after Mel Lastman.
A good point. Mr. Layton, my research tells me you are an avid cyclist who plays the piano. Isn't it tricky playing the piano while you're pedaling your bicycle?
Well, I don't actually pedal while I'm playing the piano.
Oh, so you coast while you play?
No, I don't. Yes, that's exactly what I do.
As the new NDP leader, what do you see as your most difficult challenge?
Matching the charisma of Alexa McDonough.
Now, Mr. Layton, I couldn't help noticing that hole in the wall behind you.
Oh, that? Yeah, well, they tell me that it's a portal.
A porta potty?
No, it's a portal, an interdimensional gateway that connects to an organism.
Well, what does this portal connect to?
This one? The inside of Prime Minister Chrétien's head. Do you want to go in and have a look?
Well, sure.
Boys, oh boy, I sure love this bubbling wrap. Hey, President Bushwhacker has trick. No, we cannot support Bomb Iraq. You got missile pointing where? George, we love to help you bomb Iraq. Bye-bye for sure.
Unfortunately, even being in the Prime Minister's head, we still don't know what's going on inside there.
Well, good luck as new leader of the NDP. Mr. Layton, I guess your next order of business is running for a seat in Parliament.
No.
Why not?
I'd lose.
Spoken like a true NDPer. For politics, I'm Don Newman.
Hi, Scott Oak here. It's been a very physical first period. Joining me is Senator Forward Darrell Carver.
Hi, Scott. Nice hair.
Thank you. Darrell, your line looked pretty good out there in the first.
Yeah, I felt pretty good. You know, we gave it 110%. You know, we just took it one elbow at a time.
Darrell, given the uncertain future of the Senators, how are the players reacting?
Well, it's hard to concentrate, you know. And plus, we just received some very disturbing news.
The team may fold?
No, the team may move to Hamilton.
Darrell, I know it's a little hot under these lights.
Oh, does it show?
No. Can you pinpoint the problem of Ottawa? Is it because it's a small market team?
No, I don't think so. No. Now, we got the Loblaws and the Sobeys, you know, and they're big markets. You know, Loblaws, they got that really good produce section, you know, and they got that, they rearranged hot dogs and everything now. They're good. Like those.
What is the next step for owner Rod Biden?
Well, you know, he's looking for a big tax exemption, you know, by turning us into a religious organization, you know. So from this point on, we're going to be known as the Ottawa Witnesses.
How does that sit with the players?
Well, you know, some of them, they're not real comfortable going door to door, you know, handing out the hockey news, asking for donations and such, you know.
Well, good luck to you, Darrell. I know you're looking forward to the All-Star game this weekend.
Oh, yeah, you know, it's a good game, you know, even though there's going to be no, like, fighting or interest and tension, it should be a good game. I'm really believing that.
Thanks, Darrell Carver. No, don't shake.
No shake!
A special address from the President of the United States.
My fellow Americans, our country faces a major crisis. That is why I have rented this costume to speak to you today. Nobody wants to avoid a war with Iraq less than me. But this crazed Hussein fella continues to provoke us. He won't stop breathing, and that is unacceptable. Granted, the UN inspectors have failed to find weapons of mass destruction, but that leads to one inescapable conclusion. He has weapons of mass destruction. How do we know he has weapons of mass destruction? Well, jeepers, who do you think sold them to him in the first place? And my daddy told me that. Let me assure all, if war can be avoided, it will be. But should a war debut on February 22nd, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, it will begin with extensive missile strikes on Iraq's air defense system. And then in episode 2, The Empire Takes Over, hosted by Heather Locklear, Predator spy drones will destroy that country's security forces. Whoa-wee, that sounds like fun. There are some countries reluctant to support my war. I am not going to point fingers, but the people in those countries speak French and German. Well, that just ain't American. How would those countries like it if we decided to boycott French toast and German measles? As president, I am prepared to make the following commitment to any foreign power that supports America's war against what's his name. I will give a George Foreman grill. It grills, it barbecues, it's like 3 appliances in one. Plus, I'll give you my personal guarantee not to invade your country in the next 90 days. Well, I got to go now. Laura's making pretzel sandwiches, and they sure go fast. So until next time, I'm George W. saying, God help America.
They said the doctor will be right in.
I'm not so sure about this, Edgar.
Trust me, Wanda. If we want to have children, we have to try cloning.
But it feels so radical.
Believe me, it's a normal and natural procedure these days.
Greeting, candidates. Welcome to the Raelian Association of Nucleotides and DNA. Y chromosomes. Randy, for short.
Well, we're here to see about cloning, Doctor.
Oh, please, no need to be so formal. Just call me Species 847. No, there's nothing to worry about. There's absolutely nothing mysterious about the process of cloning.
We've tried everything to conceive. In vitro, test tubes, African fertility dances.
We've even tried sleeping together.
Well, to be accepted into our program, the candidates do have to fulfill an extensive list of requirements.
Like what?
Well, for instance, do you have $15,000 for the treatment?
Money's no object. What are the other requirements?
That's about it. Oh, excuse me. Just have to take this call. My broker.
Well, to be honest, I still have doubts.
Okay, well then I will send in my colleague to help allay your fears. All right? My colleague said you wanted to see me?
You look exactly like the other doctor.
No. We are two totally distinct and separate entities. Yeah. I mean, look, see my corrective eyewear?
My biggest concern is the safety of this whole procedure. Is it sound medical practice, or is this some kind of weird cult thing?
I can assure you, there's absolutely nothing weird or cultish about cloning. Now, are we ready to sign up?
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure that we can trust the credibility of your organization.
Yeah, like, where did cloning come from? How long have you guys been in business?
This organization has been in the business for over 25,000 years. When the first human beings were first cloned by extraterrestrial aliens who were looking to escape oppressive taxes from Sanquark 5, they seeded this planet. Then they moved on to other dimensional realities, conduct experiments on quantum hologram and marine biology. But now they're back to correct humanity's errors and create a new superhuman species. What do you say?
Sounds good.
You're in. Sign us up.
That's $15,000.
$15,000
Okay.
You're watching TPTN, the Trailer Park Television Network. Tonight at 7, it's Learn to Spell with Wheel of Fortune. At 7:30, it's the feel-good show of the decade, Cops. And at 8, it's that new reality show, American White Trash Idol. Time now for Trailer Park News with your hosts, Donnie and Shelley.
Oh, hell yeah! Hi, I'm Donnie, and this here's... Shelley! Shelley, get your butt out of here! We started, we're on.
Okay, don't get your boxers in a bunch. I'm ready. You ready?
Oh, hell yeah!
Well, tonight's newscast is brought to you by Bubba Beer. That's the beer.
And that's Bubba. Okay, first news. George W. Bush has compared the situation in Iraq to watching a rerun of a bad movie.
Yeah, the rest of the world says listening to George W. is like watching a movie, too. Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. Give me a hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
UN inspectors gave Saddam Hussein a B on his report card.
As in, be afraid.
The dictator got top grades in geography and home ec, but lost marks when he demonstrated this science project for the inspectors.
Hey, listen to this, Shelley. Defense Minister John McCallum, he had to apologize for making fun of Elsie Wayne's sweater during question period. Elsie accepted his apology, then showed up the next day wearing a new sweater.
Miss Canada International, Lindsay Bennett, was stripped of her crown for not performing her duties. Now, it turns out she has the one thing that disqualifies her from the title, a brain.
Edmonton Oilers coach Craig McTavish, he scuffled with Calgary Flames mascot Harvey the Hound, and it was all caught on video.
Now, why would the coach go and do that? All the dog did was slip him the tongue.
Oh, that reminds me, we got a family reunion coming up. Sounds like we got kinfolk in the audience. This just in. It's Groundhog Day this weekend. I just remembered I gotta check my old Willie.
Your pet groundhog?
Yeah, I could do that too. But right now it's time for monkey riding a dog.
In other news, a study showed steroid use for 15-year-old boys is on the rise. In an attempt to scare them off, doctors warn using this drug will cause the growth of breasts.
Well, for boys that age, that's just all the more reason to take them. Scientists have discovered that, spending too much time around stupid people can give you a heart attack. Okay. Time now for travel news. A tour company is offering for the first time ever an all-nude flight from Miami to Cancun, Mexico.
Hoo-hee! A strip trip. And I already got my ticket right here.
You better take this bag with you in case you get seated next to Mike Bullard.
Well, that's all for Trailer Park News. I'm Shelley.
And I'm Donnie saying, hell yeah!